everybody, my name is Chelsea and welcome to my channel. If you're new here, this channel talks about narcissistic abuse and dealing with how to deal with it, how to cope, and how to heal from it. So today I want to talk about the stress that a narcissist can cause you, along with dealing with having to go through PTSD from narcissistic abuse. So as a narcissistic abuse survivor myself, I've dealt with a lot of things while still in contact with my narcissistic family. And to be honest, during that time until this very day that I find myself second guessing my ways of thinking, especially when it comes to rational thinking, like things that's common sense. But therefore, dealing with a narcissist, that's what they lack. They lack common sense. And they're just, like I said, they're 50 shades of stupid, okay? There were times where I would just shut down because of this. Like maybe they were right about the things they were saying. Or maybe I'm throwing things out of proportion. I was really constantly thinking at my head, like maybe I'm overthinking, or maybe I'm reading too much into this, or maybe they didn't mean it like that. But dealing with a narcissist, that they'll really make you once again second guess yourself. They for real always made me doubt myself, and pretty much altogether made me lose confidence in myself. And for the simple fact that all that transpired, I often sold myself short. I tend to stress out a lot because of this, which led me to minor health issues. There were times where I was in and out the hospital due to chest pains because of stress. There was some slight blockage in my chest from what the doctor said the last time I went to the hospital for chest pains. They just gave me just a typical 600-800 milligram ibuprofen. But and not just with the chest pains, but I struggled a lot with sleeping. I often lost sleep. I hardly got any sleep because I'll be wondering, like, dang, what's going to happen tomorrow? Like, what's the BS going to be about tomorrow? Like one of my aunts calling the house to be nosy, like usual, or what else they're going to have to say or bitch about with me or my sister or my son. Like, it's those constant things in my mind, like, damn, what's going to happen next? What's going to be the BS tomorrow? And oftentimes, and also too, I've attempted suicide 3 different times. No, not 3, but 2 different times. Now the first time, it was a lot that was piling up. A lot of stress was really piling up for me, not just from my narcissistic family, but I found out that my then boyfriend was cheating on me, and I was invited to this frat party at a college, and I don't know what it was, but like I ended up getting real drunk, and I went into the bathroom, and the only thing I remember is turning on the faucet in the tub. That's the only thing I remember. And then next thing I know, I woke up in the hospital, and my friend who threw the party told me what happened. And see, the sole purpose is a narcissist would drive you that way, would drive you to do what I attempted to do. But the thing is, you have to have the power now, okay? And a narcissist will always do things or say certain things in order to keep you down. They like putting stress on you because it boosts their ego. That's all it is about a narcissist, is their ego. They want you to be down so they can be high up and look down on you. Since I was born, basically, my aunts always had it in for me. I didn't ask to be born. I mean, nobody asks to be born for that matter. But mainly, my aunts really hated my guts. And as you can see from my other videos, I'm going to say the same thing because how my grandparents were towards me. But the youngest, of course, hated me, only me. I mean, my other aunt, she hated me because of my mom. She hates my mom and so on and so forth. And she project her stuff onto me because she hates my mom. And same with the youngest aunt too. She projected her insecurities onto me too. But anyway, they literally installed in my mind and told other people that all I will ever be will be nothing but a low-life welfare recipient with a bunch of kids and baby daddy drama, whatever. And that really hurt me because hearing them say these things from people that's supposed to be your family, your blood, it hurts you because families are not supposed to feel this way about each other. They don't do this type of thing to each other. And they don't really understand the true meaning of family. Nobody, no narcissist will never understand the true meaning of sticking together. They will never understand that concept. They just so quick to bring people down just to feel superior. But I haven't lived with my grandma in 8 years. And even after 8 years of living with her, I still struggle with PTSD from the abuse I endured while living in her house. I mean, she didn't make things no better for me. In fact, like, if I didn't do what she wanted me to do, she'll call my aunts as reinforcement. And they would gang up on me and tell me I got to do X, Y, Z. But you know, when I used to complain to my friends about it, and one of my friends told me, why do you have to do all those things that your aunts want you to do? Like be the new man of the house since now your grandpa is no longer here. Why is that your responsibility? You are the grandchild. You are not the child. Your grandma didn't give birth to you. She gave birth to your aunts and your mom and them. They should be the one being there for her and helping out with whatever she needs, not you. And at that time, I had just my oldest son. And my friend also told me that my only obligation and responsibility is to my child, my son. All that other stuff they were saying to me about my obligation to the household and my grandmother and stuff, you know, was BS. And then when my friend told me this, I was like, you know what? You're absolutely right. My only obligation is to the child that I gave birth to. I'm not taking care of no grown ass woman. Now, mind you, my grandma at the time was in her 70s, but for the simple fact that my grandma is still in her right frame of mind, she still, even to this very day, she still drives. She doesn't use a walker or a cane or a wheelchair. She's still able-bodied. So she can still get around fine. But my aunts want to treat her like she's so frail when she's not. She's still able-bodied and she doesn't have no dementia or Alzheimer's or nothing like that. She's still in her right frame of mind. So in that aspect, I feel like I don't need to take care of a grown woman. I'm not doing it. I refuse to. I'm not taking care of no grown-ass person. I won't do it. And that's what my aunts wanted me to do during that time. And they hated that I wasn't going to do it. They are her daughters. They should be the one that should be helping out with her and doing for her whatever she needs them to do, not me. Yeah, I may have lived here at the time, but that's not my responsibility. And for her to tell me that I had an obligation to the house, where's my obligation? The last I checked, my names were not on none of those bills. I wasn't paying no bills. Granted, I did give her money for watching my son while I worked. So therefore, I was paying her a little bit of something. But either way, I had no obligation to the household. I could get up and leave if I wanted to. So for her to throw that on me, that also caused me stress because, like I said, my aunts wanted me to be the new man of the house. I refuse to do that. If I'm gonna be the woman in my house, is gonna be my house, the house that I pay bills in, not the house not somebody else's house where I'm not even paying bills. That don't make sense. Does that make sense to y'all? No? Okay. But for that reason alone, like, I was stressing because of that, and I was just all over the place, very overwhelmed. And the best decision that I made was going no contact with my grandmother and my aunts, because I knew that if I would at least stay in contact with my grandmother, at least, that, that's kind of like constantly picking at a scab, thinking it's going to make things better, or like popping a pimple or something, thinking it's going to heal everything, when all it's going to do is leave a scar. That's kind of how I kind of feel like staying in contact with a narcissist. Or better yet, staying in contact with a toxic narcissist is like putting shit back in your ass. Why would you already pooped it out in the toilet, why would you want to grab it out from the toilet and put it back in your ass? It doesn't make sense. You was getting rid of that toxicity that was in your system. Why would you want that back in your system? It's gonna, that stuff alone. And the best part is that ever since I moved out, I've been I still stress, but it's kind of like a good kind of stress, like stressing about, the bills that I pay in my household, bills and with my kids and now my husband, I stress about those things. I don't stress about, the stuff, that I dealt with for my grandma, even though I still struggle with the PTSD, like I said, to this very day. And it's been a long time since I lived there, but it still lingers on in me. And my husband also be wanting me to go see a therapist or, try to find ways to heal from it. But what he doesn't understand is that I can heal on my own, but still struggle. It's like the abuse, the memory of the abuse, that never goes away. You're always going to have that in your memory of the abuse that you endured being around your narcissistic family or any type of narcissistic person, whether it's a boyfriend, girlfriend, or someone you used to call a friend. It's always going to linger in your mind about the toxicity when you were around them, and how you often ask yourself, like, how was I able to stay around and endure all that for so long with this person? But just remember, you are a survivor. If you are a narcissistic abuse survivor, you conquered your fear of that narcissistic person, and now you are free. The only thing left you have to do is heal. And that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to heal from that. And I know it says, I'm not trying to get all religious or anything, but like, in the Bible it says forgive. Now it's okay to forgive, because you're not forgiving for them. You're forgiving for yourself. That way, forgiving someone who hurts you is the first step to healing. And that's what I'm trying to do. Forgive them, but also never, ever, ever forget. You can't forget unless you, like I said, something happened where you got amnesia or something. But never, ever forget what that person did. Forgive them, and also love them from a distance. That's all you can do. And now that once you break free from that, all that stress will be gone. Even though, like I said, if you're dealing with the PTSD that comes with it, just know that you are still strong. I mean, we all have our moments. I do. I have my moments where I struggle with, you know, flashbacks of the abuse I endured from both my grandmother and my aunts. But I just keep pushing on, because that's all you can do. You just keep pushing. And that's all that there is to it. And I hope you guys took heed on what I was saying, and tell me your thoughts in the comments, and like this video and subscribe to my channel. And I hope you guys have a blessed and prosperous day or night, and I'll talk to you guys later. Goodbye.